Welcome, foolish mortals, to another episode of the HitchHiking Host Show. We are your ghost hosts, Wes
and Jenn.
We've got a lot of festive things to talk about this week, so let's get started. Holidays around the world at Epcot are approaching fast, and a few new experiences have been added. Adding to returning favorites such as La Befana and, of course, Mr. and Mrs. Claus, you'll be able to celebrate in Mexico with Fiesta de Navidad, which is an interactive musical performance featuring mariachis and dancers. A Moroccan storyteller will talk about traditions from her country, and the China Pavilion will feature a Chinese lion dance. All sound pretty interesting.
That sounds awesome. I like the holidays around the world because I like getting to experience some of the different cultures and hearing about their different traditions. I will probably never get to travel around the world in my lifetime, but I can always dream about it, so this is kind of the next best thing.
Exactly, yeah.
There will also be more than enough food to go around during the holidays around the world, and the fun includes the Taste from Around the Globe experience. The World Showcase will be serving up some great holiday treats, including pecan maple bark in Canada, hot applejack cider with whiskey in the UK, gingerbread ice cream in France, and teriyaki chicken karaage in Japan, chocolate chunk and sugar cookies at the American Adventure, panettone in Italy, stolen fruit cake in Germany, rice cream in Norway, and much more. Holidays around the world begins November 28th and it runs through December 29th.
Yes, and all those sound very good. All those desserts, I'm sure they'll be expensive. Like not that expensive probably. But
they're usually reasonably priced.
Probably like food and wine prices, I would assume.
I know. First thing I would like to try is the hot applejack cider with whiskey.
Of course.
What do you mean, of course?
And then steal the fruitcake from Germany since it's stolen fruitcake. Yeah, it definitely sounds good. And you'll walking all around Epcot, so it's all good. And from Epcot to Disneyland now. Fans of Disneyland's Fantasmic, listen up. New viewing options for the show have been announced. Much like the World of Color, Fantasmic will begin reserved and standby viewing, as well as a few new dining packages, but of course. Starting on December 12th, guests will be able to obtain a Fastpass for the show's new reserved viewing space, which will be distributed at the Big Thunder Trail in Frontierland. The Fastpasses will be on a first-come, first-served basis and will be distributed until an hour before showtime, or most likely until supplies last. If you don't get a Fastpass, there will be a limited standby viewing, which is also a first-come, first-served basis as well. You can also receive a Fastpass through one of the dining packages, which include the Blue Bayou, which of course is right next to Pirates of the Caribbean, River Belle Terrace, and the new dessert party at the Hungry Bear restaurant. Now, what's interesting about Disneyland's Fantasmic is that it takes place in Frontierland around Tom Sawyer Island, and they perform it over on the island. And I did not have that hard of a time finding a spot, but of course I went an hour beforehand and just sort of planted my butt in on the ground. But I think it'll probably be good. I would definitely use a fast pass if they would have had them when I was there, and when I go next time I'll probably use it. But the World of Color is a monster. You almost have to get a fast pass for that. So I'm just afraid it's gonna ruin it that it'll ruin it somehow. But hopefully not. Hopefully it'll all be okay, and you won't have to watch it from Main Street or something. But it should be interesting to see what happens. Hopefully it all will go well. We'll find out on December 12th.
There are also new character debuts this weekend in Disneyland during the Avengers Superheroes Half Marathon. While running the marathon, you'll be able to see Black Widow and Hawkeye, along with Captain America and Thor, plus a slew of S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. As of now, Black Widow and Hawkeye's appearance is a one-shot deal, but they could always be reassigned to meet and greet in interventions in the future. Well, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, I got to meet Captain America and Thor, of course, when I was out there. And it's just another reason why I hate Universal, that they got a hold of the Marvel Superhero Island and are basically holding them hostage, because I'm thinking all the cool stuff that Walt Disney World could do with these characters.
Well, they did have the merchandise for a short period of time, though.
Yeah, and they still do at Downtown Disney. They still have Marvel merchandise. But, they you know, I can imagine what their rides could be at Walt Disney World, but they are working on it in Disneyland. They're getting there. They have some plans, from what I've heard, and other parks. So, I mean, Disney World did have the Guardians of the Galaxy characters for the Villains Unleashed event, but they just sort of disappeared, and I don't understand why. Because that was a really popular movie, so I thought they would hang around a little bit, but maybe they'll pop up sometime in the near future. I don't know. Yeah, but I'd definitely be down for a Black Widow and Hawkeye meet and greet. Also in the news, some news broke from the Shanghai Disney Resort this week, including new hotel announcements and a shopping and entertainment district. The signature hotel of Shanghai Disney will be the Shanghai Disneyland Hotel, an elegant Art Nouveau-inspired hotel with a touch of Disney magic. And the Toy Story Hotel will transport guests into the world of toys from the films. Located near the two hotels will be Disney Town, which will feature a marketplace filled with merchandise and entertainment, as well as an area called Spice Alley for popular Asian cuisine. Disneytown will also feature the Walt Disney Grand Theater, which will host the Mandarin version of The Lion King. There's so much coming out of Shanghai Disney, and there's great stuff going on there. They're really booking that place up pretty good. Yeah, so you know, Mystic Manor first. Well, that was like last year, and now all this cool new stuff. I'll be excited to see what the Disneyland Hotel in Shanghai looks like, and definitely the Toy Story Hotel. That sounds really cool. Definitely, and now that they're gonna have their own Downtown Disney, basically, with the Disneytown. So definitely some cool things happening in Shanghai. I don't know if I'll ever get there, but if I do, sounds cool to me.
For your Disney Infinity gamers out there, wearing your Magic Band while playing will give you a nice unlockable feature. When placing your Magic Band over the Disney Infinity base for the 2.0 version, you'll be able to download an exclusive It's a Small World attraction into the Toy Box mode.
Yeah, I think that's pretty interesting. It gives the people who have been to the parks a little bit of an advantage over those who haven't. And funny enough, it does, when you get and you go over to it, it does do the song. So you can drive all your friends nuts in the toy box with It's a Small World song. And yeah, it's cool. Some of the stuff they got in the past, they had Disneyland's Haunted Mansion, they had the house from Up and all that stuff. This week we're going to be talking about something a little festive. I was just there a week ago, actually. It's the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. very Merry Christmas party, of course, is the parade. Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas Time parade. And I really did enjoy this parade. It starts off with Mickey, Minnie, and Duffy. Yeah, and it was funny because a lot of kids were like screaming Duffy. I'm like, really? On a Christmas tree float. And also, there's lots of characters that kick it off as well. Donald, Daisy, Alice, the Mad Hatter, Pooh, Tigger, and lots more kick off the parade. And then after the initial characters go by, we get the Frozen segment of the parade. Anna and Elsa in their horse-drawn coach. And of course the Royal Pooper Scoopers right after the horse. Although I would take that job. Also, some skiers. Olaf on a cottage float. The ice harvesters do some cool dance thing. And then we get to see Kristoff, of course, on a Wandering Oakens float. I think it's basically the same stuff as in the Frozen Royal Arrival ceremony as seen in Hollywood studios this past summer. But it's cool that they reused it. Chip and Dale, Dancing Gingerbread Men, and Clarabelle Cow on a bakery float, which is actually really cool because as it passes, you can smell the gingerbread, and I thought that was awesome. And it looks really cool too. Wreck-It Ralph and Vanellope are there in the candy section of the thing. The Goofy Candy Float, as you see in the Halloween parade, the Boo-to-You parade, is here, and it's all festive for Christmas, obviously. And you can actually smell that, too, as it goes by. So then you see Seven Dwarves, Snow White and her prince, Cinderella's horse-drawn coach, with Prince Charming inside as well. Princess and Prince float then comes, which includes Belle and the Beast, Ariel and Eric, Aurora and Philip, and the Fairy Godmother.
Playing the third wheel.
Yeah, for some reason. Bibbidi boppity boo. And then after that comes Santa's Toys, which includes a race car, which it honked her horn a lot at the bystanders. Rocking horses, Little Bo Peep, oddly enough, teddy bears, and Woody, Jessie, and Bullseye on a float. It's always cool to see Bullseye. And then finally, to end the parade, marching toy soldiers, which of course you see every year on the Christmas parade on ABC. The reindeer, which was cool to see. And finally, Santa on his sleigh for the grand finale of the parade.
Was that cool to see?
Yeah, it was. It was different seeing Santa in Disney World, but...
But you saw him multiple times that day, so...
That's true. I saw him the day before drinking in Mexico and outside of Liberty Square. I really did enjoy the parade. I thought it's definitely worth checking out. And that's just one of the many things that they have at the Christmas party.
Also, they also have a special edition of Wishes. It's the Holly Wishes firework. It's a spectacular holiday version of the Wishes fireworks, complete with Tinkerbell's flight and holiday music, which I bet is probably pretty cool. So go ahead, Wes, tell me all about it, because I didn't know.
It is. Another thing just worth the price of the $60-something for the party. When you go to the party, the rides are kind of the bonus here. But you go to see the parade, the Wishes fireworks, and I must say, I like Disney fireworks. No other fireworks are good for me, I guess you could say. Like, I'm bored with regular firework displays, because I'm like, it's not in front of a castle, I don't care. I'm spoiled in that way, I guess. Because I'm like, I don't want to watch fireworks if it's not at Disney, I'm bored.
It's funny.
This was probably the best display of fireworks I've seen ever. Because the holiday music and the awesome fireworks they did. It's definitely worth, if you go to the party, you have to check out the holiday Wishes, definitely. It's definitely worth waiting for. So, yeah. Make that a must-do if you go to the party.
Speaking of Frozen things.
Yes. a Frozen Holiday Wish, which we have talked about a couple times on this show. You'll be able to see they do it before the park closes for the party and after the park closes for the party. We did it before, but it's probably going to be a lot less crowded after because it's the second show and everything's always after. But it's weird because then they take the lights down and light it up again. And for the second time that night, Nels was like, oh, I guess I'll just do it again. Here we go. Yes, Elsa lights up Cinderella's castle for the night along with Anna, Kristoff, and, well, we talked about him in the parade, but that's the first time we've seen an Olaf live character in the castle stage show. And we thought it was pretty good, the stage show, for what you could see. From what Jen could see. Yeah.
I had the unfortunate task of watching it off of most of Wes's video camera, because being short, I could see nothing.
but yeah, I would pretty, if the first show isn't busy and you can get a good spot, I'd say check the first one, but if not, then definitely go to the second one, because it'll probably be, it's actually right before the parade, so you might have a lot of traffic there too, on Main Street, so I don't know. But definitely try to see it if you can, if you're a Frozen fan.
One thing they also do is they change around the Jungle Cruise into the Jingle Cruise. It's a holiday version where they use holiday-themed jokes. And don't they have a backstory where they all want to go home for Christmas? I haven't been on the Jingle Cruise, but I know Wes has, so go ahead, Wes.
I don't know about really the backstory, but they talk about different stuff. They talk about their mother-in-laws and all that stuff. And of course, when you pass some of the scenes, there's some Christmas lights. You know, the gorillas have Santa hats on and stuff. You know, our skipper wasn't that great, but they have the head salesman dressed up at the end, you know, in like a Christmas apron and stuff like that. It's cool to check out if you're a Jungle Cruise fan. I like that they do something a little different with one of the rides, because at Disneyland they change so many rides around with the Haunted Mansion and Small World, so it's nice that they changed one a little bit, you know. So, but you'll still get the gist of the original Jungle Cruise, but with a little bit of a Christmas twist to it. So yeah, I enjoyed it. Also, there's a Totally Tomorrowland Christmas show, which features Mike Wazowski, Buzz Lightyear, and Stitch, who for some odd reason is on the video screen and not in a character. Well, I've seen the character in person, so I don't understand why he's on the video screen, but whatever.
Yeah, there for the dance party. The Tomorrowland dance party.
And God knows he's made his great escape right next door. But to also, along with singers and dancers, perform some holiday tunes. I did not check out the show, but if I would go again, which I probably will, I'd check it out for something a little different. But I was busy.
Another thing you'll see at the Very Merry Christmas Party is Celebrate the Season show. It has Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, Donald, Pluto, Chip, and Dale, along with reindeer, nutcrackers, and snowmen, hosting a holiday review on the castle stage.
Yeah, much like the Tomorrowland Christmas show, it's basically just different characters doing some Christmas tunes and whatnot. But that's another cool show. I didn't see it once again, because it seemed like your time was really limited, and you want to try to get on a couple rides at least to make it worth your while, and definitely see the parade and you could be all night checking out these stage shows. So if you want to do some character meet and greets and stuff, it just seems like it's really crammed to get it all in one night. So I think they make you want to try to go back for more another night. That's what they tried to do, but we'll see. Speaking of character meet and greets, there are some very special ones that you can find. One I did, because it was just too good to pass up, was all 7 dwarves near the mine train. And that was pretty cool. I'm just like, I'm like, oh, if the line wasn't that long, I would do this. And then I thought, you know what, when am I ever going to get this opportunity again? So I thought I should do it, and I did, and it was definitely worth it. I wish they wouldn't have taken a break every so often, since they were just sitting on their butts and it was cool, but what can you do? Also, they have Captain Jack Sparrow, Peter Pan, and Wendy. Obviously, Peter Pan and Wendy are together. Captain Jack's over near Pirates in Adventureland. Snow White and her prince, as well as Aurora and Philip in Fantasyland, right near the mine train, actually, right at the castle gates for the new Fantasyland. And I found out about this a day too late, because they did not advertise who the meet and greets were. Jack Skellington dressed as Sandy Claus over in Storybook Circus. Yeah, I didn't go over to Storybook Circus that night, and I will regret it until I meet him. Now the cowboy is excused, and now my new biggest foe is Jack Skellington.
Also, you can attend character dance parties. They have Phineas and Ferb at Cosmic Rays Starlight Cafe, Clarabelle Cow, and more in the Diamond Horseshoe Saloon.
Yeah, I passed by those, and it looked like some people were having a good time, but I actually have never seen Phineas and Ferb, so I'm like, I don't know if I'd want to dance with them. And Clarabelle Cow, I'm like, really? But, you know, so it's cool. It's cool. I think it's mostly for kids, so they'll enjoy that. But the people I saw when I walked by, it looked like they were enjoying it, so that's cool. One of the biggest things you can find is complimentary cookies and hot cocoa. So much like the Halloween party, they give out candy. You can have cookies and cocoa until you burst. At the beginning of the night, they gave me their sugar cookies and a little cup of hot cocoa. And then at the end of the night, I went back, Sunshine Tree Terrace. Then they gave me a big glass. Maybe they ran out of the small cups, and just one cookie. But yeah, definitely that's good to check out. There's like 7 or 8 different places that give you the complimentary cookies and cocoa, and yes, they're all the same. You don't get better cookies at one spot.
But they are labeled on the map with candy canes, right?
Yes, you can find them on the map that you get when you get your band.
One of the cool things also about the party is that it snows on Main Street, USA, which I thought was pretty cool. And I know we had, they were playing Christmas music at that point. And that was even before the party. Did they continue that all night?
Oh yeah, until the party ended. It snowed the whole entire night on Main Street. And they had the Christmas music blaring, other than when the Christmas parade was coming.
Yeah.
But they still had the snow while the Christmas parade was going. So that's why Main Street is very crowded to see the parade. And I wish I sort of would have thought of that because it was snowing the whole time. But I was right there in Frontierland, right by Splash Mountain. And I thought, wow, the parade's going to come right by me, right out of the gate. So I stayed there, and then I thought, wait a minute. I could have seen it snowing. But, oh well. I'm sure it's very crowded on Main Street for the parade. So you got to get there early.
Yes.
But yes, the snow was awesome. It's an awesome sight to see, especially since it normally does not snow in Florida. So that's cool.
But I will get on my little soapbox, so to speak. I will say that for me, I enjoy it because I'm from this where it used to snow from August until May. Like it always snowed. But there's just something more magical about it when it's at Disney. And I know we didn't have tickets to the Christmas party, and you did, so we got kicked out, so to speak. Not literally, but it was hard for me to leave. I didn't want to leave.
And one final little thing that they're doing at this year's party is a special Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom Christmas party exclusive Elsa's Icy Shield for the Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom game. And they even check off your bracelet to make sure you don't keep getting extra. But definitely pick up your Elsa card if you're a fan of Frozen and, of course, the Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom game. To compare, because I have been to both now, I would say I preferred the Christmas party to the Halloween party. I did like the Halloween party too, obviously, but I'm I enjoy Christmas more, so I think I got more out of it, and I enjoyed the fireworks more. I like the parade. I like both, obviously, but I think I enjoyed the Christmas party more than the Halloween. I know a lot more people enjoy the Halloween, but I'm someone else. I like the Christmas party, so would I go back to the Christmas party if it was going on while I was on vacation? But of course I would. I would spend the extra in a heartbeat because it was awesome. All right, well, that does it for this week's show. Jen, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you on the interwebs?
You can find me on Twitter at JenMia83.
You can follow our other hitchhiking host, Mandy, at Mandy Disney on Twitter. You can follow me at Wes A-List on Twitter. Subscribe to my other YouTube, youtube.com/westside515. Of course, there's our hitchhiking host links. At HitchHostShow for Twitter, Facebook.com/HitchHostShow. Subscribe to us here on YouTube, YouTube.com/HitchHostShow. Check out our Instagram for pictures from the parks and more. It's at HitchHostShow on Instagram. And that's it. So, until next time, don't forget to... for the next episode.
Bye!